What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 9 of our podcast, Sippin' Sports. We're almost to double digits.
I know. Did you think we were going to get it that far?
I didn't know what to expect, but hey, we're rolling. We're figuring it out, and we're rolling.
How many did you think we were going to get, truthfully?
I guess I should say, I think we were going to get to double digits, but I didn't think I think we've kind of cut the path. Like, we've kind of have our rotation now in our agenda set, and had our first guest, obviously, last week, which was good.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I always knew that we were going to keep going.
Just keep going?
Yeah.
Think we're going to hit triple digits?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we should definitely start thinking about what we want to do for number 100.
Yeah?
Because it's going to take that long to get.
For us, it's going to take that long to
figured
figure out something. Oh, yeah. But what's on the docket today?
Similar to kind of what we've been doing, I feel like we're getting kind of a good roll going.
Mm-hmm.
So we got moment of the week. Then we're going Minnesota Minute. Betting recap, that'll be quick because if anybody was watching, it was a pretty tough week for both of us. So nice and quick there. Beer and Seltzer. Then we're doing an update on the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs. Give you guys a little bit of insight into what we're seeing in both of those playoffs. And then a quick MLB update. And then finishing with top 5 foods at a ballpark.
Love it. Yeah, so my week in sports moment, the Kentucky Derby, his name was Rich Strike. He had the odds of 80-1, which was the highest. What's crazy is when I was reading about it, he wasn't even in the field until Friday when a horse got scratched. $1.86 million. Yeah. That's crazy. And 80-1 odds. If you put $100 on him, you just won $8,000.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think people have probably seen the videos now, but they did like an aerial view of it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That jockey deserves all the praise. That was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that was cool. And the call was just awesome too. And he comes out of nowhere and it's like, whoa.
I know. I was trying to count the horses that he passed when that video starts.
Yeah.
And my number got up to like 16.
Oh, he was in second or third to last.
Yeah.
He was in the way back and they actually point him out. And then all of a sudden you see him, the announcer is like, oh, it's the home stretch. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's like, he just.
Yeah, took off.
It's like he hit like, what's that in cars? Like Nas. Yeah. He hit the button and he just was like, boom, I'm gone. It was crazy. Pretty cool though.
They had a good, a good flow to it. Mm-hmm. The horse was just like.
Yeah, he just picked it up, which is crazy that he had that much speed at the end. I know some horses do, but like that was crazy.
Well, I do remember hearing the announcers say that this type of race and the ground or whatever, it favors horses that push late.
Yeah.
Not like get out to a lead and hold it. It favored the ones that push late, so that definitely held true.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I mean, I feel like also after watching some of these races and whatnot, it's like that looked like it was the best conditions. Usually I feel like it's always raining, it's always muddy, and it's like this one looked like it was pretty good conditions. Beautiful day.
Do you think that, because the way that they put in the horses, it's 1 and 10, 2 and 11, 3 and 12, and this horse was literally like the farthest outside.
I think they were the
last one, like way outside. Do you think that had any benefit to like not just sitting in the gate waiting for all the rest of the horses to go in? And
you're saying like they were the last, so like they were just boom, you were in, you were ready to go, instead of like being number 1 where you were sitting there forever.
Yeah, it was like horse 2 or 3, I think it was 2, that they had to get out, do like a little circle and then get back in. But since the winning horse was all the way on the outside, it was like the second to last horse that got in the gate. So it had the second shortest amount of time to sit there in the gate waiting.
Just ready to roll. Yeah, I think that kind of does. I think you kind of, I mean, our local, when you go to like Canterbury, like you see those horses that get in there early and it just looks like they just are so antsy. And especially for a big race like this with a ton of horses, I have to imagine you got some kind of nerves even as the horse. And it's like, hey, I just want to get in and go. I mean, could you imagine just sitting in there and just being like, ready to go? It's like, no, you want to be like the last few and then go.
Yeah, right. So, I agree.
I think that kind of does, but I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's exciting to watch some horse racing. The announcers are just electric.
Oh yeah, you have to be, otherwise they're gonna find somebody new.
100%, and the names are always funny too. And,
Yeah,
but
of course.
what do you got?
Mine has to do with the fight that was on Saturday. Dimitri, I don't even know how to say his name. Bivol.
Yeah, Bivol probably.
Bivol.
Yeah.
He beat Canelo Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
Massive upset in the fighting world because Canelo, I think if I gotta check, he was minus 550 as the favorite, which is a very heavy favorite.
Yeah, those are very good odds.
Yeah,
to win for sure.
Yeah, and it seems like in fighting, the odds are usually, there's a pretty big difference between the favorite and the underdog. Yeah, but I mean, Bivol was plus 400 in the latest one, and then I mean, he just kind of dominated.
Yeah, I mean, from watching the highlights and stuff, just from the get-go, it looked like he was just kind of in control. And
oh yeah,
I mean, I don't watch a ton of boxing or like UFC and stuff, but like you can just kind of tell it kind of wore on Canelo, and then all of a sudden it was like, even at the end, he was just kind of standing there. And usually people are like, oh, they think it's 50-50, or maybe they're trying to persuade him at the end. I don't know how that works too, but like he was just kind of like, well, I think he knew something was up. Yeah. He must have not felt like it was up. I don't know. It just, every punch just seemed like it was like, oh man, it was just landing against him. Yeah, it just looked like he was getting dominated, like you said.
Well, it was almost a 2-to-1 ratio of like strong shots that he landed.
Yeah, and he's such. I mean, like we said, I don't know a ton about boxing, but it's like a lot of technicality, and I think he obviously has the power too. But I think this was one of those fights where he was just overpowered, and technically he was just getting smoked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is crazy. I mean, he's one of the top boxers in the world.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so.
And just with name recognition, like Canelo Alvarez is
boxing.
Pretty well known.
Oh, very well known. Yeah, 100%.
You know, so good for that guy.
So let's go Minnesota Minute.
Yep.
All right. So starting off Minnesota Minute, Twins have won their 7 of the last 9 this past weekend. They played Houston this week, and they played the Cleveland Guardians. The Wild in the playoffs against the Blues, still rolling with that. Minnesota Lynx started off the year 0-2, but they play the Fever on Tuesday and the Sky on Saturday. Minnesota Loons, we haven't talked about them. They're our soccer team. They're 4-2-4, so a total of 14 points. They played Colorado yesterday on Wednesday. Minnesota Wind Chill, we got a message about that. The Ultimate Frisbee team started up. They play at Concordia St. Paul. They lost the opener to the Union, but then they play the Dallas Union on Saturday. Minnesota Gopher Softball in a huge series win against the top 10 Northwestern. Big Ten tournament for them is upcoming this weekend. Gopher Baseball won their series 2-1. I think you said it was their first series win
of the year
against Nebraska.
Well, like a week or two ago, you said that they had only had 2 conference wins, so it's tough to get a series.
Yeah, you doubled your wins,
exactly.
Almost. Yeah, so they play Indiana this upcoming weekend. St. Thomas Baseball went 1-2 against Oral Roberts. They play SDSU this upcoming weekend. And then lastly, St. Thomas Softball went 1-2 against NDSU, and they finished off their season. So that's the Minnesota Minute. It's crazy. Spring sports are almost, they're ended.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Big Ten tournament for softball. Gopher baseball, I think, has 2 more series, and then their Big Ten tournament.
Oh, softball, their Big Ten tournament's
coming up weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so they might play a game during the week just to prepare, but yeah, their Big Ten tournament, their Big Ten's done.
Okay.
So.
Dang.
Yeah, you can think about it. It's going to be
yeah.
First week in May, graduation, all that stuff. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dang, that's quick.
Yeah.
Well, that takes us to the betting recap. We'll make it quick here. So, for mine, we'll just do mine first. NBA, I was 1-7, so obviously need to either pick that up or just shy away from it. NHL 2-4. MLB 3-3, soccer 1-0. So I might have to find the early morning soccer games. For a total of 7-14. Moving on. David was 2-2 in the NBA, 2-8 in the NHL, 2-4 in the MLB, and 0-1 in soccer for a total of 6-15.
Yeah, it's bad. That's really bad. I mean, it's almost like it's a fade. I mean, you might as well fade us
Well,
for that week. It's a new week, though. Hey,
yeah.
I'll say this too. We knew going into the playoffs it was going to be tougher.
We did say that.
Yeah, we said no. We prefaced that, and I think a lot of these hockey games have been tougher. NHL or NBA playoffs have been tougher. I mean, there's been a lot of games, though, like we've talked about, a few overs that are within 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy now. It's like a lot of these NBA games. You look, the overs. I mean, all the unders are hitting for a lot of them. Obviously, there's a few games here and there at Golden State or whatever, but I mean, we'll talk about the playoffs and stuff later. But even MLB, it's just kind of. There's not really a team that wants to win by more than 1.5 runs when we pick them.
Well, it seems like whenever we pick them, because a 3-game series to sweep a team,
It's pretty tough.
Pretty tough,
Yeah.
regardless of who it is. And so it seems like we're always picking the game that they don't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the game, or
It's
they
close.
might win that game and it's by 1 run.
Yeah.
And we have them at -1.5, so they have to win by 2. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's a long season, so. But yeah, soccer might be the new calling for you. Unfortunately, it's only once a week in MLS.
I think I was. Let's see.
I think you were
0-2 last week.
Yeah, that's because you kind of got hurt with the LA team because they got a red card. But
That's true. But we are both positive still. More wins than losses overall.
yeah, I think we're very similar. I think I have 1 more win than you
Yeah.
and 1 more push,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yep.
But we're
One
very
more-
close. We're
one
getting to
more
100.
win,
This
one
could be
tie.
the week we get to 100. 100
If
career.
ever be.
Yeah, if not, we're gonna have this same conversation next week. But
That's true.
yeah.
But new week, new us.
Oh yeah.
We're back.
I mean, yeah, you can't win them all.
No.
I mean.
All right. Beer and seltzer.
Oh yeah. So this is a big one. This was a highly recommended one. We talked about off air last. This is the High Noon. Vodka soda. Obviously, a lot of people have heard about them. The black cherry kind. We're gonna start with.
Okay.
And I said this off air, and I'll say it again. $25 for 8 High Noons. So these better be
Well,
cream of the crops.
a couple weeks ago, the beer that we had was 21 for 4.
Yeah.
But it was a 16-ouncer.
Yeah,
And
these
those
ain't no
are-
16-ounce. Oh, look at the color.
That is lighter. It's very
It's
pink.
pink,
Yeah.
which usually you don't have.
I find it funny that we keep doing these black cherry ones.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought about that, but we're just getting the black cherries out of the way.
Because
We know you don't like them.
Because every time we've done it, I've said, yeah, black cherry.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, we got to start with this so we know.
That's true.
Compare all the black cherries and then go to the pineapples and then go to the whatever else.
The beer that we're going with is called Daisy Cutter Pale Ale. It's from Acre Beer Company, which is in Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago.
Yep.
Pale ale.
Yeah. Yep.
What percent?
5.2.
5.2.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4.5.
But I believe this is the first seltzer that's not the beer base. Right?
Oh.
Do you want it? Is that true? Like, that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that to the people?
About what?
That there's different versions
Of what?
of seltzers.
Oh, seltzers. Yeah. Oh, so this is like a vodka soda. It says vodka and soda on it, so there are different kinds of seltzers. I think these ones are pretty new on the rack. Newer.
Like in the last couple.
In the last, well, obviously a lot of Barstool Sports promotes them all the time, and they have another one too. But I mean, this is truthfully the first time I've ever bought High Noons. I've had a few of them, but I've never bought them.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't fathom that they have only.
I've never had it, so this is the first time I've ever had it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're decent. I mean, we'll see.
So you have vodka-based seltzers,
Mm-hmm.
and then what are the other kinds? Or the other kind? Beer.
Beer-ish based, like Bud Lights and like Coronas and that are beer-ish based
Mhm.
compared to vodka based.
Okay.
So we'll see if you can taste the difference. Obviously, the color is different. I mean, the other ones have been white or it's clear.
It's
pink.
Yeah, it's pink, but it's very see-through.
Yeah. Smells good. I know you already hate it.
Smells like black cherry.
Yeah, black cherry. I knew that was coming. Ooh. When it hits your tongue, it's got a lot more like carbonation to it, I feel like.
Right
It's like
away.
fizzy. Right away. That's what I'm saying, right
But-
away. But then it wears off very quickly.
It kind of tastes. I had it's called a Mexican mule or basically a Moscow mule, but with tequila instead of vodka.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the same thing where it has tequila and ginger soda and then a little lime, and it kind of does the same thing where it fizzes like right away and then it kind of dies off.
Yeah, it's like once it first hits your mouth, it definitely has that fizz to it. But like you said, yeah, then it goes away fast.
Mm-hmm.
But it does have some flavor to it, I think.
Yeah, this one definitely has more flavor, like when you're drinking it, compared to almost all of the other seltzers.
Similar to the press, I think. It definitely had a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's way better than some of the other ones. Because the other ones are all about smell and then no taste. This one actually has...
The other ones seem like
good
they
amount
kind
of
of have
smell.
they have like a hint of flavor, the other ones. This one seems like it's more
Throughout.
black cherry based with like a little fizz on the side. So do you like that more than the no flavor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what's your well, you can give your ranking, but what's your dissatisfaction with black cherry?
I just
don't
like
like
other
it?
flavors better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this one isn't as... I don't know, it doesn't even taste as much like black cherry. It tastes more just like ripe cherry.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have like the darkness to it.
Yeah. Well, I think with the other ones, what's crazy is the other ones it seems like have like less flavor. It's like we just said, like a hint of the flavor. This one, you could close your eyes and be like, okay, that's cherry. I feel like some of the other ones, it's like, what is that flavor?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
what do you think?
I'll give it a 6-9.
That's pretty good on your scales
Yeah.
for a seltzer. Yeah.
I can't remember what I gave the press, but
I think the press might have been in the 7s.
Yes. It was also our first one. I would say this one's just a little bit less from what I remember.
Yeah. So tier 1A. I think they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's pretty good. I think I'll probably go. I do like it more than most of the other ones, like the Trulies and all those, because I just do think it has a lot more flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you drank a lot of them with it being a vodka base, would that be hit you harder? I don't know, probably.
Well, it's about the same percentage.
Yeah, it's 4.5. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say it's a flat 7.
Okay.
So that's my second best one. The press I think was a 7.2 for me,
Mm-hmm.
which was our first one. But I do think the press still had the most flavor out of all of them.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I do like. I think these are pretty good though. I think obviously
It is pretty good.
the other flavors will come around eventually, and a few.
Mm-hmm. What
Distinct.
do you remember the other flavors?
Yeah, I think it was pineapple, watermelon, and something else. I don't think it was mango though.
Okay.
I don't know if they have other alternative packs too. Like all these have like
Right.
different kinds. So this was just the. I think it was just the original
The regular pack.
8-pack. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I think it was pretty good though.
That was pretty good.
And this one's Daisy Cutter.
Daisy Cutter Pale Ale. I saw it, I liked the can, and I said, I want to get that one.
Ooh. It's a strong taste. It's a strong taste. Doesn't smell like it tastes.
It's a pale ale.
Oh yeah.
How would you describe a pale ale?
I just think it's like a lighter, like to me when it says pale ale, it's almost like it's like a lighter kind of beer where it just goes down easier. But then it's an ale, so it's not like a Busch Light or like a Miller Light, which also probably will come on the show eventually. But I don't know. I like it. It's a brewery. It's a brewery. It's a light brewery.
I don't know if those will come on.
You never know.
There's plenty of other options.
Yeah, but I do think it's pretty good. I actually do think it's pretty good. It's something I would consider ordering a pale ale. I just think when you see the word pale, it's more like it's a lighter ale. Is that not accurate? I guess I don't know from my beer experience. Obviously, like a blonde is probably the lightest. It probably goes blonde, then pale.
I would say that this one, I don't know. When I think of pale ales, I think of like a regular ale, right? Like similar-ish to a lager almost.
Okay.
But then adding it to a pale ale just seems like it's gonna be drier in my mouth.
Drier. Okay.
Yeah.
So compared to
when you're drinking it.
Is there just ales?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like blonde ale.
We've had a couple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are there like dark ales too? Is that a thing? Like a dark? Oh. What makes it an ale? Do you know?
I think the last one was an ale. That Cabin Crusher. I believe that one was
blonde
an
ale.
No, that was just
an ale.
Yeah.
What was what makes it? So like, what's an ale? Is it just how it's brewed?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think on my brewery scale, I would probably get one. I mean, no offense, Such. Thanks for bringing the Axeman, but I would take this over the Axeman. So I would probably say this is probably a 6.6 for me. Right in the middle.
So a pale ale is a type of beer that is brewed with mostly pale malts for a more equal malt to hop ratio.
So it's literally how it's brewed. What's a blonde ale? Just what it uses.
Probably a lighter roast.
Oh, it's kind of like coffee. Got the light roast, dark roast.
It says the greater amount of pale malts cause the beer to have a lighter color and flavor.
Oh, so that would make it more of a blonde ale then. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. 6.6 for me. I would get it from a brewery for sure.
Lower temperatures for the blonde.
So it's all how they're brewed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I would say, I don't know. I don't know if this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
I would say it's a 6.1. I could drink it.
Would you get it from a brewery?
Usually I don't typically order pale ales.
Yeah.
But I would say if I ordered it, I would be able to drink it.
Yeah.
I just don't think I would get another one.
Right. So it'd be something. It's like a one and done kind of.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like a one and you're like, oh my god, I gotta go get another one. It's like a one. It's like a.
Yeah. It's not like a one take a sip and be like, okay, I can't drink this.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna go get another one. It's more of a, I think I could do better.
Yeah.
I'll finish it and then move on to the next kind. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's more.
So 6.1 and 6.6.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not terrible.
No, I mean, I think like you said, I think looking at it like those, I mean, for the seltzer wise, I know you don't like the black cherry, but that was one of your top.
That was actually pretty, I mean, it was, not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And then for
that was actually pretty good.
I don't, yeah.
There
we
we
got some good, we got some bad. That's good to hear.
Boom. All right, starting with the NBA. So we're going sport run through.
Quick run through.
Yep. NBA playoffs. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of these series are closer, I think, than people think. But I think with these, there's been some pretty key injuries that have kind of put dampers on teams. I mean, you look at like the 76ers when Embiid was hurt.
No chance.
They had no chance, and now he comes back, and even if he's not the same guy, he still has that presence, I think. And now it's unfortunate, but like for the Grizzlies, you have John Morant who got hurt, so it's like, how much is that going to affect them? And I just think with all these injuries, you have teams like the Bucks, and injuries happen, and like Chris Middleton. It just seems like every team has a star that almost got hurt, or somebody that plays a big role that got hurt, but. Does it change your thinking about who you think is going to take it home?
I had
Phoenix and who else?
Phoenix and Milwaukee, I believe.
Milwaukee. I think
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
honestly. But yeah, I had Phoenix and Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
I think Golden State is looking strong.
Yeah.
And also, especially with Ja's injury,
Mm-hmm.
that could get them to the next round a little quicker, so then they have time to rest
Yeah.
and wait for whoever comes out of the Dallas Phoenix series.
Yeah, which has turned into a very good series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where I think when you look at that Dallas series, or not the Dallas series, when you look at Golden State series, I think the one game, or the game that they did win early, Memphis, they just they almost played bully ball and just kind of used their size more than Golden State. Because I think Golden State is a team that wants to be a little smaller, and they can just shoot the lights out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a team like Phoenix, when they go play Phoenix, is a little similar. Obviously, they have like DeAndre Ayton and JaVale McGee, but it's like they're more pure shooters too. Like Golden State they can run up the score very easily. But I think when they face a team that has a pretty grinded out game, that makes it a little harder for them.
I would say Phoenix is more attacking matchups and finding like pick and roll opportunities, specifically with Chris Paul, and then like playmaking off of that, and having Devin Booker like catch and shoot and make plays off of that. And then you have Golden State, who's more of just like pass and cut and constantly moving. Like that's their offensive style.
Yeah, they seem like they play a quick style too, where they kind of want to get it up and go, and then they just have great athletes, obviously, and great shooters. So
yeah, but I will say the one thing that I've noticed is it's very interesting how the young stars like Luka and Ja are the guys who the other teams are targeting on defense. So like Golden State, they're specifically targeting Ja Morant, not as much as the Wolves, but like a little bit targeting him. Phoenix, they're trying to put Luka as the main defender, and whether that's to tire him out or whether that's because he's such a poor defender. I mean, it's pretty interesting that's the person that they're attacking on defense.
Yeah, and I think you start to see that too. Like teams do start to just zone in on that.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, I mean, with Luka, it's kind of crazy, and I mean, Ja's similar to it, but with this injury, we'll see how much.
Oh, Ja's terrible defender.
Oh, he doesn't play defense.
Yeah,
he just doesn't. And then whenever somebody scores on him, he kind of does the same thing as Luka. They let a guy score, and it's like that was 100% their fault. They just kind of put their hands up, like, "Where's the rest of my team?" It's like, what do you mean, where's the rest of your team? But I think it's I don't think it's a bad plan. I mean, when you take Luka out, Luka's a triple-double almost every game. Like, he potentially.
He has the ability.
Right. And so it's just one of those things where I think it's a pretty good game plan when you ask me. And, like, Ja, it's just crazy, like, watching him play. He like, will drive, kick it back out, get it right back, and then just go full head of steam, and he'll just make the move. It's almost similar to a smaller Giannis in the way.
He's been getting way too many foul calls.
Oh, he did that against the Timberwolves, so we don't even talk about that. I mean, it's crazy. It's the same thing. It's almost like you watch Giannis, and I get they're getting hacked, but like, what do you want a guy who's full steam at me if I'm a defender? What am I supposed to do?
I mean,
just take it? I can't just keep taking it every time.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, but if I get out of the way, it's an easy bucket.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I mean, it is like, you look at that, it's like, Ja will drive to the lane. If he doesn't make the shot, 2 seconds later, it'll be like, oh, foul.
Yeah.
It's like, no, wait, what?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the Suns have looked just as good as people thought. I think you have an interesting series with Boston and the Bucks. Yeah. I mean, I think there are. I mean, a lot of these series, I think none of them are blowouts. I mean, Golden State could become with Ja injury, but
yeah,
the Grizzlies were decent without Ja when he was out. They went on a little run streak during the regular season. Granted, it's the regular season.
Yeah, regular season, way different. You need your stars in the playoffs.
Oh, 100%.
I think Dallas has surprised me by keeping it a little closer than I would have thought with Phoenix.
Yeah. You think the home ice plays a big part?
The home court?
Home court, I mean, not the home ice. What the hell? I got to it ahead of myself.
It seems like it because Dallas won both at home. Philadelphia won both at home. Which means that Phoenix and Miami also both won both at home. So it seems like it makes somewhat of a difference.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it always, I mean, obviously you're playing in front of your own home fans. Like, you have the momentum sometimes. But it's just, I just feel like sometimes, like, the good teams, they can just close that out and be like, hey, it's basketball.
Yeah. I mean, the name of the game is steal at least one on the road.
Yep.
And then should be okay.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It should be interesting.
Fun to watch, at least. I mean, it is fun to watch. It seems
most of the games have been close.
very close. Yeah, obviously.
There was a couple of blowouts with the Warriors specifically, but
yeah. But I just think, like you said, it is close, and most series are very close. So it's just one of those things where it's like it could go either way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on NBA? Or are you good to go? NHL?
NBA, I'm good.
Okay.
NHL is fine.
All right, let's go NHL. What are you seeing?
I think the NHL is, well, if we're going to talk first on just the betting side of things, I think it's hard. I mean, a lot of these teams, like the Colorado Avalanche, are as advertised. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
They're dominant. I think, like, you kind of look and
well,
a
that's
lot of
the
these
only
series
series that's like
3-0. Well, it's dominant. Yeah, 100%.
All the rest of them are close.
100%. And I think that's the thing is, like, they are as advertised. But I think when you kind of look at it, like these other series with, like, the Capitals and the Panthers, like you said, if you can steal one, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ginormous. And I think you look at even the Wild, who unfortunately gave one up at home, and then they stole one on the road.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I mean, if you can do that and you can kind of even it up or get back to it, obviously you want to play your best at home and stuff. But I don't know. And then, I mean, I still think, obviously, my pick with the Avalanche going to the
looking pretty good.
It's fine. I mean, they are so dominant, but I mean, there's a lot of good series, like you said. I mean, there's just so much young talent, and like you said, I mean, you look at that Calgary Flames versus the Dallas Stars, and I think our NHL guy Josh Succi mentioned it. Dallas has a great goalie. And they've been able to hold the team to like 1 or 2 goals a game. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard.
That series has been way more low scoring.
100%. It's crazy. I mean, a lot of these series, at least one of the games, the team seems like they score almost 7 goals.
Yeah.
Granted, we've talked about...
tell the people why that's happening. I mean, you might see higher scores because...
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where it makes sense in the sense of, like, you're playing... I mean, you don't care. So, like, a lot of the times, like we talked about, you're playing... You pull your goalie with 5 minutes left or 4 minutes left down by 1. And it's like, okay, well, then they score.
Or down 2.
Or already down 2. But then it's like, even if you're down 1, you pull your goalie, now you're down 2. And maybe with a minute left, you pull him again. Because what do you have to lose? I mean, there's truly nothing to lose.
Right.
And so I think that is why a lot of these scores have been higher.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like 7-2, 7-3, 6-2
yeah, it's just
scores.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Because of that. They're up, the one team's up 2, and then the other team knows they have to get something going early, and they, at 6 minutes or so, they pull their goalie for the first time, and then if the other team scores an empty netter, well, now it's a 3-goal game versus a 2-goal game, and then they might do it again, or they might just let it ride out and 6-3 or 7-3, and the score makes it look like it wasn't close, but in reality, it was a 2-goal game or a 1-goal game, and then they weren't able to score.
I think there's only been so far maybe a handful, maybe 1 or 2 games that have gone to overtime.
Yeah, not a lot. There was that first one of the Penguins Rangers that went to triple overtime, I think.
Yep, and then I think Florida had one. No, not Florida. I don't know.
Colorado had one.
Colorado did. Yep, Nashville. They won 2-1, and then the next game they put up 7 again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like it's one of those things where teams seem to score in bunches, and like you said, I mean, I think with the NHL, like, what is the difference between 6-2 and 7-2? Who cares?
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you're good for some over bettors, I guess, if you haven't hit the over already. But I think at that point, that's kind of why the scoring does seem a little quote unquote off. But you got nothing to lose. So.
No, not at all. But yeah, I mean, other than that Colorado series, all of them are pretty close. I mean, who do you think that there is an underdog team that you've seen so far that could go further than we originally thought? even just last week?
I think the Penguins are playing very good. I think obviously they have Crosby, Malkin, they have Getzel, who's a very good player, and they just have some other good guys. And they were a 3 seed technically against the Rangers, and they were able to steal one from them on the road. So I mean, potentially could they beat? I mean, Carolina and Boston has been a great series. Boston's looked very good, and Carolina hasn't really looked that dominant. Besides the first game, I think they did dominate in the first game, and then all of a sudden it's like they just turned it on. Yeah. But I think Pittsburgh could make a little run. I think the Lightning are kind of showing why they are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. They're putting up a good fight, and then
that series has been crazy because it's been super dominated by one, and then the next game, the other team wins by 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, and I think it's like you said, it's kind of crazy. It's like they win by a lot. And then apparently last week they knew we bet on them, and then they lose. Yeah. Or they only win by 1. I mean, it's crazy. But I think that series too with the Washington Capitals and Florida Panthers, like Capitals have shown they're kind of being a brick wall, which is good. And then
the vets,
really
vets.
And then obviously Dallas, Calgary. I mean, if Dallas can pull off that, that's pretty good.
Dallas was going to be my pick. If they beat Calgary, then I think that LA and Edmonton are going at it. So. Yeah. You never really.
I will say this, and you said this. Edmonton, Connor McDavid is fun to watch. I mean, I don't watch a lot of hockey. I've watched some playoffs just because to see how the bets are going when I probably shouldn't have watched them. I just wasted my time last week. But Connor McDavid on the ice is insane.
Well, Josh said it last week.
Yeah,
he's like he plays in a different speed, and then literally
first game
that night, it was like he was on speed 10 and everybody else was at 2.
I mean, there's the amount of times
skated around everybody.
Oh, 100%. The amount of times that he gets the puck at his own blue line and just looks like he just takes off and then goes
everybody else's line changing, and he's like, I got this guy.
He's like, I'm done. Yeah, and he's obviously one of the best players in the NHL, but it's just crazy to watch him. I mean, it's just crazy, but it's fun to watch, like I said, and so I think that is an interesting series though with the Kings. You know, Kings have a lot of depth, experience, and Jonathan Quick in goal. But I mean, who do you think? What is your one team? I think that you, like you said, could make a push. Not necessarily an upset, but just could kind of make a push because Colorado seems like they're going to walk through, maybe to the finals. But I think at least the next round. But who do you think could make a push to the Stanley Cup?
Well, I think Dallas has been looking good to get to the finals at least. The Western Conference Finals. Honestly, I mean the whole what is that? Is that considered the East?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean every series is so close. It's kind of tough to tell.
Right. I just think it's crazy. I mean it is, and I think going into these playoffs, I mean not being a huge hockey guys, I think these playoffs do kind of show just how transparent the league is and how close it really is up and down the ladder.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it and it's like all these series are so close and it just seems like every game is going to be decided by 1 goal maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. I mean, Josh mentioned it last week, you know, like a team can get a couple bounces here or there and that can be the difference in a game, and that might be all that a team needs to get momentum going forward, and then they win another one.
Yeah.
Or they steal the one when they're away, and then they're able to win the first one at home, and now they're up 2-1 or 3-0, and then it's like, okay, well, now they only have to win 1 out of the next 3 games.
Right.
You know, and so hockey's a sport where all you need is a couple bounces and you're going to be playing well, and that can be the series.
Right.
You know, whereas other sports like basketball or football, like the better teams typically figure it out. You know, like in football, if a team gets stuffed in the whole first quarter, typically by second half or even the second quarter, like they start to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
You know, same thing with basketball. There's so many points that the better teams typically figure it out. But hockey, I mean, all you need is a couple bounces. So
yeah, and like you said, I mean, if you have a goaltender who, I mean, you look at even the Wild series. I mean, the goaltender can make a huge difference. And then I mean, earlier this week, Maple Leafs Lightning. I remember watching it. And they were interviewing the Lightning coach, and he was like, yeah, to be honest, we're playing great, but we literally scored on our second shift. That's going to help every game. I mean, you score in the second within the 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the momentum and everything. And then it just seems like once these teams have the lead, they're so good no matter what. But like with the lead, they're just so like, we got the lead. We're free. Let's play. Like, no worries. But yeah, I think a good goalie definitely goes a long way.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's one of those things. Like you said, in the NBA, the good teams usually just kind of figure it out. And then, obviously, I mean, just going back to your NFL point, I mean, remember, what was it, 2 years ago with the Chiefs in the playoffs? They were down like 21-0 to somebody random, and then all of a sudden they scored 45 points or something. I mean, so, yeah, good teams usually in those. But it's fun to watch the NHL. I mean, it is fun to watch. Like I said, I really don't watch a ton of hockey during the year. I just don't. But
yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
Now with the NHL, let's move on to MLB a little bit. Just see what's going on. And
yeah, you got the what teams are looking good?
Well, I think to be honest, I think when we I think we made a futures bet or said our favorite futures bet, and I think both of us kind of agreed that the Twins over wins of, I think it was 81 or 82.
81 and a half.
81 and a half. So
that was
82.
Yours. That was yours. Yep.
That's looking. I mean, they're looking pretty good. Obviously, they've had a lot of close games, which they've been able to win, which is fantastic because we usually don't win those. And but I just think it comes down to, you play 162 games, you got to have guys that can play that
step in.
It seems like Buxton's getting hurt quite a bit, which
Buxton, Correa. Yeah, I mean, Correa. Are you serious?
Yeah. The thing about Correa is it's almost like it's a blessing in disguise, because now we get to see what Royce Lewis can do. And Buxton, I think with Buxton's, it's almost like they're going to play it every year like that, where it's, hey, he's a little hurt, what do you want to do? And they're like, okay, well, this is our future. Yeah. Like, we're going to take it easy, just chill. Which is fine by me. I mean, the only thing is, it's crazy people don't mention it, but like, Miguel Sano's been hurt. No one cares. I mean, no offense to him. I mean, no offense, but it's just like Miguel Sano's hurt and nobody mentions it.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's one of those things when you look at the Twins, like, has our starting pitching been great? It's been pretty good. I mean, we've held teams to pretty low. Yeah, and we've won those close games. Like, we have good guys on the back end, which is fantastic. We usually don't have that. I mean, it's one of those things, like when we used to have a lead, it'd be like, oh shit, the Twins.
Who's that young guy?
Duran or whatever. Yeah, he throws 100.
Yeah, he's been pitching.
Well, what's just crazy is because the guy we got rid of, Gratterall, he throws 100. He's on the Dodgers. He's doing pretty. He's their closer now, and they're another team that's obviously been dominant.
Number one in the National League.
Yeah, I mean they have a cakewalk. I mean, not a cakewalk, but they'll be at the top.
Why is their division always so bad?
This year it's not, though. Oh, you're talking because in the West, the Padres are very good.
Oh, they are.
Rockies are good. Giants are good.
Why do they have a cakewalk then?
I'm saying they have a cakewalk to the playoffs because I think, truthfully, by the end they'll have over 105. They'll have over 100 wins. I think they'll be close to 105. And like we said at the beginning, I think there will probably only be one or two teams that have that. I mean, you look at it right now too, like the Yankees are
originally Dodgers and Yankees.
I think the Yankees were up there. I think the Blue Jays were close.
Oh yeah, the Blue Jays.
Mets are playing well. I mean, this is the thing. What's crazy about the Mets is the Mets are probably 7, 8, 9, 10 games over 500, and Jacob deGrom hasn't even stepped on the field yet, and he's the best pitcher in the MLB.
You think he is?
Yes, 100%, hands down. He's the best pitcher, and they have Max Scherzer. They have all these guys, and it's. I mean, they're just playing well, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of time left. The Twins are playing very well. Our division isn't great.
Not playing well.
That's but I mean, when you look at like the Boston Red Sox, like the Red Sox are well below 500.
Yeah,
the Boston Red Sox. Yeah,
they stink.
Yeah, they're not good. And Chris Sale, who's their dominant pitcher, just got put back onto the IL because he's a little hurt. So.
Oh.
I don't know. I think the thing is you just got to have that happy medium with people, and like it's a long season, so could this change? Sure, it's good to see. Makes people go to the Twins games, which is great to see. But yeah, I think the Dodgers will compete for a World Series. I think they're one of those teams that every single year they play.
It doesn't matter because they have so much money.
Oh, 100%. But it's crazy to watch them too. Even old guys like Clayton Kershaw's renewed. He's very good this year.
Yeah. I mean, he's always been good in the regular season.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, the Angels are fun to watch. They're a very fun team to watch with. Trout is obviously very good, and Shohei's dominant.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a pitcher who literally strikes out 11 Boston Red Sox guys, and then you're also 2 for 4 from the plate, you hit 3 for your team. What is this, Little League? Like, that's literally your best player. That's the coach's son. That's literally the coach's son. Like, hey, go out there, throw 7 innings. You're good. And then you'll hit 3. He's an MLB guy.
Well, it's Little League, and they're playing a T-ball team in the Red Sox right now.
Yeah, still professional baseball.
Hey, just saying. Just saying.
But no, I agree. I think it'll be fun to watch. I think it's good to see Minnesota teams kind of stepping up. It's fun to see. So,
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
All right. That's let's put a wrap on that, but we're gonna roll right into top 5 ballpark foods, considering we just talked about MLB.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Twins games, the weather's starting to get nicer here.
Probably one of the most fun summer events is a Twins game.
Definitely.
I mean, buy the cheap seats, stand by the bar up top in center field.
Yeah.
You're set for the whole game.
Yep. Enjoy the sun, because that's the side that the sun hits.
Exactly.
Usually.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. So top 5 ballpark foods.
You want me to start it off?
Yes.
You want me to go all 5?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll go 5 to 1.
Okay.
So you got that 5 to 1?
Yeah.
Number 5, chicken tendies and fries. Number 4, pretzel salted with cheese. A pretzel at a ball game, if it's soft with cheese, dominant.
I don't think I've ever seen you get that.
I don't really get food at these things, but I'm saying if you're going to get food and you're hungry,
That's all you need to know, folks.
Nachos are very good. Well, if we put alcohol in here, it might be.
Well,
Anyways,
yeah.
Number 2, the obvious hot dog. Number 1, just speaking for the people, if you're a kid, I've never got. Well, I used to get this when I was a kid. Ice cream in a baseball cap. Dominant. There's something about it. There's something about it where it's in that baseball cap. And then they're like, oh, you gotta take the baseball cap home, and you think you're sick when you're a little kid, and it's like a plastic hat.
Yeah. And then your parents are like,
throw it away.
why did you get this?
Yeah, we're gonna have to wash this 5 times.
We don't need this.
Yeah, like we have so many bowls at home, we don't need this messy cup. But
Yeah.
it's good.
The Twins actually have a chicken tender in a catcher's hat.
What?
Yeah.
Like a catcher's helmet?
Yeah, catcher's helmet.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, you get more fries and you get like 1 or 2 more chicken tenders.
I will say I do love how that MLB or a lot of these stadiums are kind of trying to expand with these. It seems like it's almost like the state fair every
There's
year.
some that are crazy.
Well, I think we saw it. There's a pizza burger.
Mm-hmm.
It's $25 and it's like 2 pieces of pizza instead of the buns of a burger.
Yeah, just a massive.
Oh my
thing.
god.
Yeah.
Talk about cholesterol.
Oh, big health guy over here. Okay, so my
5 to 1. Go
yeah,
5.
top 5. So starting at 5, I had personal pizza.
Personal pizza, yeah.
Yeah,
little pizza
just like
thing.
the little guy. Yep.
That was a big Metrodome thing.
Yeah, that was a young kid thing for me.
I mean, these are all young kids.
4, not necessarily. 4 is seeds.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty generic there. Then I went Dome Dog, specifically from the Metrodome.
Couldn't beat it.
Yeah,
What was it, $1 on Wednesdays or something?
I don't know, but it just
They were massive.
It just tasted better.
Yeah, well, you'd go up there, and like if there's 50 people, 49 people were getting Dome Dogs. And they were just fucking. They were just
already
in the tinfoil.
in the tinfoil. And so when you open them, the bun was like all
Mushy.
wet.
Oh yeah.
And
And you go over the condiment thing and push it down on it, and then you put it back in the tinfoil.
Yeah.
Oh, the Metrodome had some memes for sure.
Yep.
I mean, that's crazy. You think like it was like literally like, hey, it's your week to work the hot dog stand. It's Dome Dog Wednesday. You got to get here an hour early. Just pack these things. Because we're gonna sell out of them very easily.
And you know they're just piping hot when they're putting them in the
Oh.
tinfoil. So
And
that's
they're big
why,
though. They're big.
That's
They're
why
like a jumbo dog.
the bun is just all wet and mushy.
I do think they have at Target Field now. They have like a jumbo dog. Definitely not $1, but it's it's big. But I think it's similar to that.
Inflation, dude.
Yeah, dude. By this time it should be. Yeah,
It's gonna be
$10.
$8.
Yeah.
$8 to $10. Okay, so number 2, I went saucer ice cream.
Was that in the cap you're talking, or just in general sauce?
Just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah, I don't need the cap because I got more than I needed when I was younger with those. And then number 1 is the chicken tendy basket.
Dude, chicken tendy smack.
Because that's what I get most frequently. Like, if I'm getting food at the game, like I went a couple weeks ago, and that's what I got. Chicken tenders and fries.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the chicken tenders is the most wholesome because you actually get a lot of food.
Yeah.
I mean, a hot dog is one of those almost, it's just like a staple.
So fast.
You're
You're done with it so quick.
Fast, and I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like I only get relish
Ugh.
at the Twins game. I don't know why, but then it was like one of those dome dog things, and then ketchup, relish, and wrap it in.
That's nasty.
Well, I mean, no, mustard is nasty if we're talking nasty condiments, but
Do you get relish anywhere else?
that's what I'm saying. No,
So you haven't gotten it in.
I haven't gotten it in a
8
while.
years.
I actually haven't gotten a hot dog at a Twins game. Probably, well, obviously the last few years have been a little.
Do you when you get ketchup, do you get the 3-pack of the ketchup and the relish and the another ketchup?
What do you mean the 3-pack?
Like you can get at the grocery store. There's ones where you can get the big ketchup, or there's others where you can get like the 3-pack where you get the ketchup, the mustard, and the relish.
No, because what's crazy is at home, I don't really eat ketchup.
Oh.
I don't know. So
Oh,
really,
you eat barbecue
Oh,
sauce.
barbecue sauce is
Yeah.
top tier.
That's true.
I mean, barbecue sauce. If we're talking we'll get into this later.
Yeah, let's do that.
Condiments is literally ranch and barbecue sauce.
We can do that
That's
next
later.
time.
But I do think. I mean, I think it's one of those things where that's what's so nice about Twins games is you can go get a quick hot dog, and that's why if you're standing in center field, you get a hot dog, you get a beer, and you go stand up there by that little podium, and you have a place to put your food.
Yeah.
You have a place to sit your beer, and it's not a bad view.
No, it's a great view.
So.
Yeah.
I do love Twins games. I think Twins games are so fun, and
Yeah, we'll have to go sometime.
yeah, the
soon.
Metrodome. I'll be honest, the Metrodome, looking back on it, was brutal.
No, yeah. I mean, Target Field, the best part about it is you get the open air, you get the sun, you get the
That's
good
baseball.
vibes.
It's baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I do miss the Metrodome where you'd walk out and the wind would be so high that it would blow you out of those doors.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was fun.
that's crazy.
All right, Dave. Good episode.
Wait, here's your last question.
Oh,
Brat or hot dog guy? Just in general.
Brat.
Brat.
Jalapeno cheddar, to be exact.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Hot dogs are just so small.
Yeah, I will say I do kind of like the brat because it has like that extra stuff. Like there's like stuff inside the brats usually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
And
I
they're
agree with
bigger.
that. They are bigger. Toast the bun. Never forget.
Toast the bun. Do you put your condiments on before or after the brat? Hot topic.
Oh, you're saying like once it's all ready?
Yeah.
I put it on after. I know that's very debatable, but
Well, I feel like that's a typical answer.
yeah, I will be honest. I think if I put it on before, I would put way too much on, and then it would just smear over. And it's like, no, here's the thing: is I want a brat, or I want a hot dog or a brat with a little ketchup. I don't want ketchup with a side of brat.
It actually is probably more likely that if you put it on top, then you would put too much on.
No.
Yeah.
No. We'll do an experiment one day.
But if it's underneath, then it just sits right into it and it gets all on.
I know, but then I put the thing in, and it just kind of goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Topic for debate.
Yeah, we'll just.
That was good though. Top 5. I mean, that food just made me want to go to a Twins game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good.
And we're doing condiments.
Yeah, condiments in the future.
Probably next week.
But no, let us know your favorite top 5 foods, or just any foods you like to get at Ballpark.
Mhm. If there's any different ones, especially.
Yep, Sip in Sports on Twitter, and then Instagram also.
Same thing.
Same thing for sure. Slide in the DMs, do whatever. We appreciate it all. So.
Yep. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Peace.